Now.
Previously on Dream.
Milito. Uni Milito. Now Shandez or. What is Shandez as well? Tell me, there's my when I'm wearing a habasasana. Huh? What kept on so?
You will be now. The sun will be at all. If I saw my 50 Ghana city, now I'm cooking for fat dropping and we're good able to make famra. Let's last, mammy. Why?
Say
50 Ghana city.
And also, hey,
Wouldn't be big. Wouldn't get some 50 Ghana city. No, if I do a few. I just stubborn. All for my man, polite, I'm now. Oh, mammy, for good neighbor.
you be a one of Musa and power with you.
Oh, the Azenti. Yeah, Juma, yeah, Juma won't say a Jick cash now. Your body on no be ha. Abuchin and Nobonku. Nobonkunia and Nobu. You do a beer in your chick color. Say, oh, Ghana market. We are on Muswell, no idea. Yeah.
On Dream.
Milito. Uni Milito. Now Shandez or. What is Shandez as well? Tell me, there's my when I'm wearing a habasasana. Huh?
You will be. If I saw my 50 Ghana city, now I'm cooking for fat dropping and we're good able to make famra. Let's last, mammy. Why?
Say
50 Ghana city.
and also, hey,
Wouldn't be big. Wouldn't get some 50 Ghana city. No, if I do a few. I just stubborn. All for my man, polite, I'm now. Oh, mammy, for good neighbor.
you be a one of Musa and power with you.
Oh, the Azenti. Yeah, Juma, yeah, Juma won't say a Jick cash now. Your body on no be ha. Abuchin and Nobonku. Nobonkunia and Nobu. You do a Ghana market. We are on Muswell, no idea. Yeah.
Watch it, open up. Check the farm, dear mammy. Oh, yeah. Men pets says, turn the farm, dear mammy, says, here. Open up, me do the Miss Sarah, I didn't make a cotton. Mamma, two says, cannot, and that's a French. Me, no, let me. I mean, that. If you're welcome, Jimmy. Some come out. You come. Yeah. Yeah. The best. Let me know. Yeah. From the mommy. Yeah. Me brapper, you said that be a boon. From me, dear mammy. The last 5 4. Yeah, but never best you motor. Many no can say that, and not many. From me, dear mammy. Geneva. Jeva. The last 5. The last 5. The last. Oh, Mr. Gana, give me last 5. I mentioned two, but two. But it's mine. Toto. Get out of you. The last Bible. The last Bible. The last Bible. The last Bible. Ayo jiru.
Oso. Siakwa sere.
Not once one and cool abeto or the nano be found. When a boy your boy watch us America chrono qua wafa bonebo. So him I go
I had no coin. No cost of a faster.
Me yasi me
Who you or you might be an I'm going to church of Musa, next time a baby. I'm about a henny pan and a sound.
yeah, when you gani na ya depo.
Hello. Pay Bema best rate mobile wallet. Not just say, and go straight to your Momo account. After you know, so refer or Biba Ju pay. None or shut us here as in this car. 1%. Aya wodia.
Hey! Yay! What is the HSMO? Ghana from Wabrochire. Mufa Jupines and Sika Busa for our Ghana. Oh, Ghana Swa. Catch up a Busa for say, Omofa Jupe and Senosika embryo. Jupe! Number 1! Hello.
I don't want to know, say, me never treat. Now said you to no hurry. No hurry.
Mrs. Masache. Cecilia Masache. Not so for one time media. That's it. Or some bomber Diana Miko. A Maga. It's a Maga. It would their own pound on the what? From stealing to Galamsey.
And
Oh, me never get white Jim. Do you see what I see?
oh, yes. She said, a sort of beer. Not in Srabosu Togumus, no be Boppeto.
What you mean? Just roll it. Next year, as I saw,
As I said, and no, my papa.
hey, with him to Swabro.
Nah, Obi Burano here, Yamoa.
Oh, what's I mean, Castle here?
Where my last as Gracia. Me, we have a quite pension.
End of service benefit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Catch it. Oh, I'm from.
Oh, a routine. Obewo.
Kojo.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just like, yeah.
We are Bonia. We are fat.
Yeniano.
That's any. What did be allowed?
Who ya, who's who ya in China?
Shana, which I know, cast a one shrimp.
Oh, me bisa. Me any dream baby. Apo baby. Azam baby. Ah, me bisa. Me any kronu baby. Apo baby. Azam baby. Ah, me bisa.
What can you go? What? This is
Now for me and I'm was this one. Come with Mojamuno. Nansumu ped you may be anya. Baby, you'll be Mirana Momefanko. Namumefanko, Panane Cafu. Camunyani and I am Mama Basso. Nani amu ye medune ho amenti asio de bia mo sesa je se ampai na mo befa yase diogina onu sonje ye na wanji asio bi buhu na mo keka obi pro na mo sesa yase diogina onu sonje ye na wanji asio dream penny maweni na ho no bi enya de be dream penny maweni so no be enya de be dream penny maweni na ho no be enya de be dream penny what to me the yo tone miss where you be born yeah what to me the yo tone okay fresh boy something ya gaga so ni koto ohun man at once one ni ku abeto or the nano be found
Yeah. Yanko.
Then I'll tell my share. Then my share. Oh, I said, let's say, go.
How about me? Bien, you need to. Why not? I must find her.
Next on Dream.
I don't know when you feel you should set her up.
I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do.
Say.
I'm saying, well, I mean, oh.
Olu mata. Esanom efrinim. Sorry.
Amen. Pato. Honorable. What do you call TUC? About me say
5 6.
Huh?
Abrante.
Wow.
Wow are.
No ayere.
Wow are. Ai ti mo ba ko no ma. Amo abusuafo. Mo didi so sada. Ana wo ya adwuma de 5 cd. Mi mo de. Honey, shinda honey. Shinda.
Dream baby, Apo baby, Azan baby, maybe sa. Yani kronu baby, Apo baby, Azan baby, maybe sa. Na mfufuo mienu amozizua, kamuye mojamono, nenso mumpe.
Jupe ye kwan foforo abaye de fa somani sika every America e de ko Ghana na aniji sema e wo mu ne say Jupe bema or best rate on the market, $5 discount on your first transfer, 0 transfer charges, and afi simple and instant value to bank account and mobile wallet. Not just say e go straight to your Momo account. Afi so no se o refer obiba Jupe na o sha ase send sika emu 1% e ya wodia
Jupe yay what is any jesemo Ghana from wabrochire mufa Jupe na send sika kwa busafo e wa Ghana o Ghana so a kache we busafo se o mufa Jupe e send sika embryo Jupe number 1.
Hi, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is, which part of the world you find yourself. My name is Kwesi, his son, Bakon, and you are on GH MIXMIX on the GH Ghnewsnow channel. Thank you for making time for my little rant. Today I'm going to look at a story that was sent to me by my brother. Sent me a message on WhatsApp. I clicked on it, read it, saw the attendant video, and at once I put everything else I had aside and decided to deal with this subject because I have so many things to say about this particular thing. But bear with me, I will not make it boring and I will not make it long talk, okay, so to speak. Let's do this. The story was about Captain Smart is responsible for SHS girls insulting Akufo-Addo. This was a story on Ghana Web, right? And the headline was, Captain Smart is responsible for SHS girls insulting Akufo-Addo, radio host. Now, that's not really my worry. To start with, Captain Smart, I'll say only a few lines about Captain Smart and move on. Captain Smart, I grew up in Kumasi, and maybe you know me, maybe not, probably not. I know you. I used to listen to you a lot, you know, in the mornings and whenever you were on radio in Kumasi, because you're one of the names, you're one of the thought leaders. So I did listen to you. And honestly, when I did listen to you, I found you brilliant. So I had no reason whatsoever to, you know, think that you were anything less than a brilliant journalist who had a good command of the language and the issues. My departure came with you when on the eve of the elections, the last elections. I put this in this episode. If not, I'm sure you still remember. But a questioningly partisan that I was like, wait a minute. And after that, what has happened is that you have come out yourself to declare that you are an NPP person. That's fine. That's fine. My challenge with the whole thing, my challenge with that whole thing is this though. When who you are. Because you told us that once upon a time, you were the fourth driver in a convoy, an NPP convoy, which nobody knew about. And then you came on radio still after sitting in the meetings with your people. All the things that were said and discussed, were those the things that you brought to Ghanaians, or I'm trying to connect it. Did you speak to us in a way as to make us... That's what I'm trying to connect with, you know? So that's it for Captain Smart. This show is really not about Captain Smart. That's only in the headline. I was just saying that because I said I had so much to say about this one simple story. But that's it for Captain Smart. So Captain, I love what you are doing these days in terms of exposing, you know, all the dysfunction in the government. We need people like you. My only problem is I cannot connect with the motive why you're doing that. That's what I'm saying, you know, because once upon a time, I did think that you were, you know, a straight up journalist. And I'm not saying that journalists cannot have affiliations or leanings towards parties. After all, it's ideology. And we all live in Ghana. My family lives in Ghana too. I live in Ghana, even though I'm not living in Ghana at the moment, right? So I have a right to put my, to like nudge my, whatever party I feel like is closer to my ideology. I am a die-hard, dyed-in-the-wood Nkrumahist. There's no question about that. Even though I don't like the tag, but just to make it simple for everybody to understand, I am an Nkrumah acolyte. So if any government has like an Nkrumah policy, of course I'm going to lean towards that. So there's nothing wrong with you being NPP. My thing is that if you go as deep as going in a convoy and all of these things that you're saying, right? And then you come back and tell us, oh, which one? I'm saying, Captain is... All right, now let's move on. The story says, Captain Smart is responsible for SHS girls insulting Akufo-Addo. That's the second thing I want to talk about. The little girls, the young girls, I should say, they were not little girls, they were young girls, exhibiting that level of, how should I say it? I'll just leave it. Everybody saw it. It's really bad. But this is the thing though. Do we remember when these things were being done to President Mahama? I'm sure we do. Again, I'm not going to dwell on that because everybody is seeing the sharp contrast between how some cross-section of Ghanaians last week, or not last week, in my last episode, I editorialized about the fact that we are in danger of losing our cultural fabric as a people. We're in danger of losing who we are. Part of who we are is that we respect elders. It's a natural thing because let me tell you something. If you haven't thought about the young people, everybody will grow old at some point in time if you are lucky. If God blesses you, right? So if God blesses you, at some point you're gonna get old. At that point, imagine young people treating you the way you're treating older people now. That should be your guide. However, I think that we do push young people to do that. I think so because, listen, all these people that are being laid bare, they're not the only adults. They're not the only elderly people in the society. There are other elderly people, and young people are not stupid. They see who has their interests at heart and they will align with them. Just that the way they are dealing with who they think are not aligning with their interests is what I'm worried about. Because the way we are responding to it, it's two ways. Please go check my previous episode because I don't want to repeat that episode here. In summary, what I said in that episode is that I love the fact that what I call the Kevin Taylor model is actually responding to that. If that's what it's going to take, then I'm all for it. However, we should be careful because insulting elders seem to be a normal thing now. We seem to be accepting it now. And it shows in that video. On any normal day, girls of that age in an institution as well shouldn't be, even prompted to go on any platform and use such unprintable words towards the president of the country. But, and that's a big but, what is going on? If we are not showing any interest towards the welfare of these young people, what do we expect? I'm in the middle on that. I'm not saying that young people should not express themselves. After all, if you try to cap it, it will only explode. Believe that, right? If you handle it properly, by doing the things that you're supposed to do that will let them revere you rather than insult you, then I think you're solving the problem. If you give people the promises you gave them when you were campaigning, if you build the roads, you build the airports, you build the hospital, you do the things you said, there's food in the schools, you're not going through all. I wonder what even prompted them to do that in the first place, right? So I think the panacea to that is just do your job, elderly people, politicians, whoever. Charlie Titan and fans slap it on BMO. You see? Like say, I know a friend of mine who had his grace in his 20s. Right? So you see that person is like, oh, well, Onimyansa. Maybe Onimyansa, maybe Onimyansa. And Nyansa actually is not equated with age. Fools grow old too, as the popular saying goes. Right? But I think every society should be hinged on the experience of the old and the ideas. Watch that. Okay, now I'm practically repeating last episode here. But what I'm saying is, let's find a balance whereby at the end of it all, by the time we get our good airports and our good roads and everything, we haven't burned down our moral fabric to the point where we are proud. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Make it. The main topic really is about a colleague of mine, journalist from Kumasi. Charlie, Kumasi journalist. Me pamochao. Me ko to gegu form. There is something called perception. Media mekao. I will say it because I am speaking for all of us. I don't care. It's what I'm trying to say. Listen, I was in Ghana recently, and I will name names. Edubuache, Alvin Edubuache, back in the day when he was on Phantom from TV. When he came there, when he came to Phantom from TV as a young, hopeful, journalist, all of that, we were working with him over there. Alvin, he calls himself Omanhene Edubuachi now. Charlie, shameful journalism now, A shameful, Papa, I'm telling you. Because this is what I noticed. I was in Ghana, staying with my friend over there. Early in the morning, he has this habit of tuning into his radio, and this guy was on with some people. And the way they were bastardizing marijuana, okay? Stick with me. Tiasena Mekanye. Bastardizing marijuana. Now here it is. Marijuana, no. Edubache. Upgrade yourself, oh. What I say? Because, number one, you are a thought leader. You are a thought leader. Thought leader. What can I say, my for tea? What I say? I'm out for deal with you. I'm out for a show. When would I make person no? And to be a journalist, Charlie, it's a big responsibility. Oh, microphone is when you know. Oh, it's big. Oh, it's whatever you put out there is important. Now, at a time where I live right now, okay, I can walk out my door right now, walk 3 minutes from where I live, and legally buy marijuana. I can do that if I chose to. All right, that's not the subject. What I'm saying is, the way I wired crusade to bastardize marijuana at a point where the world is cashing in on that thing. And Ghana is even attempting, I hear, to cash in on that thing. Go and watch my episode on Gabby's marijuana. Don't legalize Gabby's marijuana. Go GH MIXMIX. Go check it out. But at the point where the world is cashing in on that, right? And you are further drilling the people into the ground by creating imaginary stories in the mornings to fuck up people's minds before they even set